that's everything that we're looking at globally. But let's now talk about the individual domestic cues that you should track, as well as all of the individual stocks that could be in the news today based on some news flow. So we have our research team here with the trade setup. Rima, Mangalam, as well as Surbhi are all here to take us, through the trade setup and prep us up for this trading session. Rima, let me come to you first. We were just going through the global setup. The SGX looks positive for now, but take us through everything we should watch.
Thanks so much for that. So the SGX Nifty is suggesting a slightly higher start. But remember, yesterday, the Nifty almost went up to levels of 17,700. But selling pressure came in the second half of the trading session. And by the end of it, we closed with modest gains. So there is some fatigue which is, creeping in, or the pace of rallies has now slowed down to some extent. So for the momentum to build up on the way up, the Nifty needs to conquer yesterday's intraday high, which is almost at 17,700 mark, or 17,750. And then the bulls will get some confidence, because yesterday was a quietish session. Again, in terms of the global cues, in Wall Street overnight, as you've been pointing out, they managed to eke out gains by the close of trade, but again, not much to propel us significantly higher. There's not too many data cues to react to today. All of them are actually lined up in the next couple of days. So today we'll talk about the Chinese CPI inflation data. Tomorrow you'll get the India CPI data plus the US CPI data. We've been talking about the IT earnings expected from TCS and Infosys over the next 2 days. The good part is both the FIs and DIs were buyers in the cash market. The FIs bought more than 800 crores, 882 crores in the cash market yesterday, buying for the 7th consecutive day, while the DII snapped a 3-day selling streak and finally bought about 352 crore. So institutional activity and volumes were on the positive side. So the setup right now is positive. Again, no negative cues, global cues for our markets to navigate in early morning trade. But it's just, at least yesterday, markets were lacking energy. Let's see now with as earnings and news flow picks up, markets can go higher. Back to you.
All right, Rima, thanks a lot for getting us all of those cues. Let's also talk about the individual names that could be in focus in today's trading session. Surbhi is here with that entire list. Hi, Surbhi.
Good morning. So first on my radar is Bank of Baroda. The company reports its Q4 provisional numbers for the first time. Their deposits are up 15% on a year-on-year basis, and the global gross advances are up 19% on a year-on-year basis. Fusion Microfinance, their disbursals are up 13%, and the borrowers are up 30% at 35 lakhs. Trident, they report their monthly business updates where their bath linen and yarn production both are down 2% and 21% on a year-on-year basis, and the bed linen production, that is up 8% on a year-on-year basis. IRB Infra, their March toll collection was up close to 21% at 370 crores. Shilpa Medicare gets a US FDA approval for its arthritis drug Apremilast. And lastly, Neogen Chemicals, the company signs an agreement with a Japanese-based company, Ionic Solutions Corporation, to acquire manufacturing technology license to produce electrolytes in India.
All right, Surbhi, thanks a lot for taking us through that entire list of stocks. We are going to watch for these in today's trading session. Finally, it's over to Mangalam, who's tracking all of the cues from the futures and options space. Mangalam, good morning.
Good morning. So let's start with the cash market flows. Both the FIs and the DIs bought in our cash market, and for the 7th straight session, we saw the FIs buy in our cash markets, and as a result of which, in just the last seven trading sessions, the FIs have bought 5,600 crores, and that's supporting the market. In fact, the SGX Nifty, while it's indicating a positive start, the bigger positive is that it's not falling. We are finding support at lower levels, and that's enough for shorts to cover their positions because of the massive amount of shorts that we've seen from the FIIs itself. And that's what played out yesterday too. If you notice, the open interest on both the Nifty as well as the Nifty Bank came off. The Nifty Premium actually increased from 45 points to 57 points, and data confirmed short covering as well. The FIs bought about 1850 crores in index futures. 2,900 long contracts were added, but more importantly 1,800 short contracts were covered as well, as a result of which FII long exposure, which was 18% yesterday, has now jumped to 20%. But importantly, it was the Nifty where we saw a lot of long addition and short covering. The Nifty Bank still remains weak. Why do I say that? Because now the NSE is giving data for both the Nifty as well as the Nifty Bank futures. Out there, they bought about 2,004 crores in Nifty futures, whereas in Nifty Nifty Bank futures, they sold about 155 odd crores. In index options, there was more call selling than put selling. That's telling you that maybe at higher levels we will find some resistance, just as we did yesterday as well. 17,700 call, premium of 35 rupees, telling you levels upwards of 17,730 may find some resistance, but strong support seen around that 17,550 mark, and that's largely because of the 17,600 put, which sees a fair amount of writing as well. And between 17,500 and 17,550, we have both the 50 as well as the 200-day moving average of the Nifty. Important support there. For the Nifty Bank, which is underperforming, what is the support that you should be watching out for? 50-day moving average, 40,600. That's likely to hold out. But all eyes will be on the IT index as we have big IT earnings starting tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. That's what we've all been talking about. Mangalam, thanks a lot for taking us through all of those cues. But